Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are. Brilliant. Brilliant? Brilliant. Ooh. Okay, so let's get right back into things. So we have a lot to do. Not too terribly much. It's not like there's much to really organize. It's mostly just fine-tuning things. We do have to make a few key decisions. That much is clear. Okay. So I would estimate, let's take a look at this here. So we do have a fair amount of endurance. If I actually replenish that task force at sea, yeah, we're pretty much drawing a lot of this fuel from the civilian transports here. Now, we do have 3 light cruisers as well as 2 destroyers, as well as the 2 armed merchant ships over here. That is predominantly their actual surface combatant element of that flotilla there. Okay. Yeah, gun value isn't exceptional. The AA is okay. ASW isn't very great. I'm somewhat worried there may be a potential for actual submarine activity around here. Though we don't have much in the way of sightings of that nor suggestions. Now I wonder how we will want to play this with the Midway operation. I mean, in truth, the Midway operation, something of a sideshow, really. We do have greater things to plan for, and should we indeed go for them, but the plan here is really, we do need to secure Midway. If for anything, it is going to deny him a base over this way. That would be nice. At least then he will lack any airbase from which he can actually fly his patrol planes. Eventually, we may like to do the same to Johnson Island, though that one would be far more dangerous. The range from Midway, let's see, to Pearl Harbor, yeah, so 30 hexes. The range from Johnston to Pearl Harbor is almost half that, but not quite, 19 hexes still. He would be able to make that with bombers, fighters not so much. Though the worry here is obviously his availability of force here. I am somewhat concerned about the lack of sightings around Pearl Harbor. We don't see very much here. Though of course we are lacking much in the way of float planes. We could do with the actual submarines that are over here actually being sent out to where they're going to be best used. Now when it comes to the actual forces Kiributai, we do have middling numbers of bombers. 2 of the carriers are somewhat 50% their capacity. Well, obviously not exactly, but give or take. Zuikaku and Shokaku, they have their full complement of bombers as well as fighters. Yasoru is lacking zeros. Hiru has her complement, but her bombers have suffered. Torpedoes 36. 36, 45, 45, okay. So as far as it goes on actual torpedo armament, we are still good to go, which is fantastic. I would like to see further, well, fighter coverage here, but we'll have to make do for now. Now, of course, the actual dive bombers have a range of, 7? The torpedo bombers have a range of 9 at maximum. I think what we may want to do is potentially hold off with our planes just for the first attempt. I don't really want to throw them into something I don't really have much information in regards to. What we will do is actually have one of our squadrons here set to escort the Wake invasion. Well, basically the Midway invasion. I might as well rename them while we're here. Midway landings. Okay, and that would be Task Force 16. As far as they're concerned, they have not been spotted. Hello there, Lander. How you doing, my friend? Okay. Let's go ahead and just take a look at the operation report. That may give us some idea of what is to come. Not terribly much, but at least something would be nice. What I'm mainly looking for is either Allied float planes, Allied torpedo bombers, or seaplanes, really. See, that one's rather interesting here, Yokohama, Yokosuka. I would say that'd be misidentification of our ships, which we do have some movement south from that area. Though it would be nice to have more accurate information. What I'm looking for here at the moment is I don't know, potentially like possible submarine sightings, like disturbances in the water, that sort of thing. Yeah, like oil slick, usually that does indicate the potential for damage to submarines. Yeah, turbulence in the water, which would obviously make sense. Radio transmissions at 8268. Something to check out there. Yeah, submarine wake at 8268. Task Force 337, followed by Allied level bomber at 5182 near Mersing. Allied float plane at Saigon. Allied float plane at Kotobaru. See, we are seeing Allied aircraft near Bataan Island. So it does make me wonder, well, he must be flying out search patrols over the South China Sea. 1st Independent Mixed Brigade. Over Kotobaru. Hankow, Wuchang. Definitely plenty over Kotobaru. He's definitely preparing for something. Right, that's what I'm looking for. Shadows in the water. Allied torpedo bomber at 8074 near San Fernando. Okay, so we do have our transports actually delivered in surprise to Ichang. That's good. I'm glad they have not actually been intercepted. And we still have the L3Y2 T-Nurse transporting supplies to Kotobaru. We need to tell them to stop that and have them moved elsewhere. Now, I'm glad to see that our divisions here, amongst other forces, have actually had some of their elements upgraded, which is quite nice. Yeah, devices upgraded. Okay. So, I think how we're going to play this is we will have... Now, how would we expect the Americans to actually approach Midway? Assuming that there is going to be some kind of reprisal. I think it's going to be a case of, will we actually see a reprisal, or will he actually just allow this to happen? I'm somewhat leaning towards the fact that he will probably allow this to happen. I don't think he sees this as a major loss in any way, shape, or form, which it really isn't. But should we see American response, we did see something out this way. Something around about this area we did spot a couple of days ago. We haven't seen it since, so that does obviously lead me to suspect that it's still operating. Though, frankly, it could have been operating between Johnson Island and Pearl Harbor. That could be a possibility. It could be the movement of ships, well, maybe the movement of ships, troops, supplies, aircraft even. Now, what we need to do then is obviously consult... Yeah, so this is all deep ocean. We have our atolls over here. There's a little bit of shallow, but this is pretty much all deep ocean. Which is prime submarine territory. What is the ASW value of our... Yeah, not terribly great. If we take a look here, then... Yeah, we really lack... Really do lack in anti-submarine warfare. That's actually quite concerning. Okay. So currently our bombers, our dive bombers, are set to ASW. At least that is something of use. Though how much good that will do us is a different thing. Now let's take a look actually. So go back to the actual dive bombers here, the actual valves. If I have them set to naval attack, see they can't be set to ASW as well, can they? No. Okay. We'll keep it as is. I'm considering actually increasing the speed here. Granted, we're not going to make it much further, but I think it might be worthwhile at this stage just to increase the speed of operations. If we take a look, it may buy us extra movement. I think it may be worthwhile. I think we need to really consider moving. Now, what I'm thinking here is... so we worked out this is about 30 hexes away from Pearl Harbor. He may have search planes capable of that. I'm not entirely sure what the range of the Catalinas are. Can I find that information? I should be able to somewhere. Right, view aircraft database. So what I want to take a look at then is allied aircraft. Do I have such durability? Do I have something like range? That's maneuverability. But something like that. We'll sort by type. So, of course, we're looking for patrol aircraft. Or is it considered a float plane? No. Okay. Patrol aircraft it is then. So, how is everybody doing, man? You guys all good? I dread the day we see things like this, like the B-29s or the Dominators. Right, here we go, patrol. So we have the Catalina. I think these are the ones that we've been seeing the PY-5s. This is the 5. Or is it the PY-4? I think we've been seeing... I suppose they are not too dissimilar anyway. We'll take a look at the PY-4 and the PY-5. So if we take a look at their range, so... Yeah, the maximum radius is pretty extensive. So we have 15 hexes to 19 hexes. Which is actually not as far as I would have expected. Though it seems that the different models here do take that into consideration. And take a look at the fact that they actually carry 2 torpedoes. That's actually rather impressive. Now, take a look at the variants here. Okay. So what we can summarize here is we will be out of the range of his float planes from Pearl Harbor around about this area. Now, should he have something based around Midway, that will no longer be true. Oh, wow, that's really nice, man. I bet you're really glad to find that out. Wow, I am pretty jealous. Okay, do we carry any float planes here? We do have 4 of them. That's really good news. That's exactly what I need right now. I'd imagine they're actually based on the AMCs. Yep, and fantastic. We do have JXC, so that does give us some really good range. So yeah, we are going to tell them. And we're going to tell them to actually scout out Midway. So yes, currently it's out of range, but soon it will not be. What I'm going to do here... Hello there, Luke. How you doing, my man? Right, let's take a quick look. I'm going to tell the Zeros of Soru to actually escort. Right, only long-range combat air patrol. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to tell... Perhaps it's not for the best yet. We'll keep them rested. Though, then again, we have to bear in mind that we are close to target. No, it's not going to make much of a difference, is it, if we have them out now. It's only going to be a couple of days of flying. We'll tell 20% of the squadron to rest. Obviously, that's not a great deal of numbers. I mean, this is mostly just to have something over the actual task force itself, just to make sure that they are protected. The main priority, of course, is the carriers, first and foremost. Now, currently they're set to different levels of combat air patrols. We have 30 here. I think we sort of settled for 30% combat air patrol just for the time being. What I am going to do then is actually increase that to about... Now, the question is, do I actually extend their range as well? We could do. But I'm going to up the amount of combat air patrol to, I'd say... I'm going to go with about 50% combat air patrol. It is a fair enlargement, it's an additional 20%. The thing is, we aren't going to be going out there with our actual bombers as of yet. We need information first and foremost. Okay, there we go. Now, a question is regarding the actual torpedo bombers. So currently they're set to naval attack, and they're currently set to 7 hexes. I'm thinking, do we actually tell them to load bombs instead? We don't have any sightings of ships as of yet. I think what we may do is actually consider putting them on ASW patrol, and it would obviously help to ensure our security. We could also tell a couple of them to head out and search, as, what do we have here in terms of float planes in the actual, so we do have 8 float planes. That's very handy. I mean, your range is actually rather poor, so what I'm going to tell you to do is actually fly at night. Now, we do need search efforts to really be stepped up here. Naval search. Yeah, I want them flying out continuously. We need information. So there, Marcus, how you doing, my man? Okay. So they are currently running night as well. Yeah. As we'll have 4... float planes actually running night ops, that will be useful. The Jakes are going to be running long-range air patrol. I do wish we had more float planes. I really dearly do. Apologies about the animations here. It's because we're playing the game in windowed, and I've still got animations enabled. Okay. So it's just the actual float planes from the Tone of Ichikuma. Now, what I'm thinking here is, do we actually have our carriers? How do we want them to approach? Do we approach in this manner so as to put ourselves in a blocking position from an allied response? Or do we approach them over this way? Basically from the north. God damn, these arrows are awful. The reason for this one is, of course, it would present a position to block any interception to our landings. This position is something I find probably the wisest, as it does present on the other side of Midway, to the north of Midway as well. We do have nothing but open ocean around us, and we are further from Pearl Harbor, and further from American reprisal. Of course, this would mean that the landed forces are somewhat more open. But what we may want to consider here is actually our approach to Midway. Now, currently we're approaching directly. What we may want to do here, and it will probably add in it might add another day onto the operation, give or take. But what I'm thinking is we detour to the north, possibly for a day, possibly for 2 days, and approach from a better angle. The reason for that is, we don't know if he has any information on us right now. And that's something that does worry me, because I don't know if we've been spotted. We may very well have not been spotted. Now, the allied player does benefit from the fact of having magic intercepts modeled in the game. So over a course of time, he may receive random bits of information that can allow him to build a picture together. So, it does make me wonder, if I actually change the destination at the final moment, will that throw him off in any way or shape or form? And the thing to bear in mind is, we don't know if we've been spotted maybe by submarines or something. So, I do kind of lean towards the course correction. Of course, it will add on some time to the journey, but I think it may be worthwhile to actually put ourselves in a better position, and also give time to actually run some reconnaissance over the actual, well, landings. That's always going to be useful. If you have time for it, you need to try a game called On the Western Front. Now, I think I do have this one installed. I've not had much... Well, I've tried it. Yeah, there we go. I've not played it for too long, actually. It's rather interesting. It's very interesting. It's going to be one of those that... yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where I'll definitely get round to at some point. It's interesting, and I quite like it so far. I just need to get around to playing it, to be fair. I know that sounds really bad, actually. Okay, I'm going to set their destination to the north. And we're going to approach Midway from a different angle now. Now, what I'm interested in is actually having range for our search planes. So currently we're 11 hexes away. So by the time we reach this point here, we'll be within range for the reconnaissance. Which is good news, very good news. And that will of course give us the ability to actually start to gather some information ourselves. Now, we'll head in here ourselves. From this position we would be 10. Very good. We'll head just north there, slightly. Mission speed. Full speed. Of course, we do have the endurance available here. We also do have a cargo. Well, a carrying cargo. What I'm considering here... We have discussed this on the actual Discord itself. And it's one of these things that... I think is a sound plan. Now, I was considering actually having a carrying cargo head south immediately. Right, their complement of zeros isn't too great. They have used quite a few torpedoes as well. No, only a Cargi has. What I'm going to do here, because what we have to bear in mind is to the south at Fiji. Currently, he doesn't have a great number of troops. We don't know about Nadi, which is a good point. We actually do need to do some search here. Okay. Reconnaissance. I'd like you to actually survey this base here. I want some further information. No. I-9. Okay. We need to intercept this. He doesn't apparently have information here. I don't think he's aware of our submarines. Actually, no, he is aware of I-8, so I-8 has been spotted. But I-9, I-25, and I-17 remain unspotted. I-15, obviously, on the way is unspotted. Arrow-64, obviously, is unknown. Endurance isn't great. We definitely do need to establish an island closer to this area from which we can actually refuel our submarines. But the good news is he's not aware of I-9, which is going to play into our advantage, really. He's going to conclude, for the most part, that yes, there is a submarine here. He did sink the merchant raider, which is a shame, actually. Had she got in there, she would have done some damage. But, hey, this is how it goes. Her search planes were actually busy over Suva rather than elsewhere. But this already shows the reasoning for taking Fiji away from THG. This is a very active area for his actual cargo ships, for his actual supply line, so to say. So we need to sever that. No. You're heading directly west. We are very close here. What about the French one? Numea? So there, Saltfish, how you doing, my man? Do you mean Numea? Okay, head here. Actually, I want you to... there initially. Do not linger. Okay, we shoot ahead at full speed. What is your armament? Yeah, your armament's full. Fantastic. We are going to send I-9. Well, I-9 actually... Yeah, we need to patrol further out here. Second patrol around here. Do you mean Numea for basically information? Samoa. Yeah, we'll have to take it one step at a time. I mean, we do have Pico, which would be nice to take at some point, considering the victory point value there. Numea is actually worth not as much. Numea would be quite nice, though, for the fact that she does have resources in light industry, which is actually quite viable. Suva is worth a lot of victory points to me. The entire island is really. Nadi as well, which is very nice. The only issue is, of course, the fact of... yeah, should he retreat there, it's going to make things more complicated. We can't just immediately win. But, oh well. Will you ever make a War in the West tutorial? Well. I think I'd definitely have to spend a lot more time with War in the West. It's like, I could do, like, MIDI tutorials, for example, but I'm not the most knowledgeable. This is a thing. But I could do, like, MIDI tutorials, perhaps put something together of that nature. Though that'll have to come in the future. But yeah, I could definitely take a look at it. Okay. More in this area, definitely. Though perhaps, let's see here, full speed, we do have that capability. What I'm thinking here is potentially search around this area further to the south should she actually move out of the way. So around about there. To the north. Then here. There we go. I wish you to maintain that patrol pattern. What I'm hoping here is that he may sally out. Yeah, sure. I mean, what is it, Marcus, that you're finding difficult about the game? I know difficult's not a really good term, is it? I think it just comes down to just understanding, really. Sometimes it's not easy to understand what the game is actually telling you. Which is fair enough. I mean, it's like, I'm still learning. A lot of people are still learning, so there's no shame in it. Okay. Let's take a look at the submarines that we have over here, then. Now, I do obviously have the submarine tenders here, which is very good. Load their tenders, actually. There we go. Interesting. Ah, right, but actually not in the port itself. Okay. Well, you're fully ready to go, which is nice. Now, it may actually be an opportunity for us to load mines on these submarines. Which is something that would be kind of intriguing, but I don't think it'd be worthwhile traveling thousands of miles just to drop a couple mines. We'd do things like that from closer bases, really. So I'd like you to obviously replenish from the port here. Are you at maximum endurance? So you are. I suppose it's not the longest range submarine, is it? Okay. Your destination is to the Torres Strait. We'll organise its actual patrol pattern once it arrives. I see, it's just lacking one fuel. It may be a limit of the actual operation points here. Basically, we might have reached that. And 062 has... Yep, good to go. I suppose these are lighter submarines, aren't they? 2,000... Sorry, it's 988 tons, rather than the normal 2,000 odd. Okay, R065. Good to go. Smaller complement of munitions as well. This is why we do definitely need to establish a outpost here. I would very much like to say Rabaul after Fiji, to be honest, just to establish a base here from which we can use. Moresby would be brilliant as well. She's worth a fair amount. Taking these islands would be very important. Okay. I'm going to, well, this is a thing. It's like where to actually patrol here. It may be worth it to patrol around about somewhere in this area. If we take a look then, where are the main cities? We do have Sydney over here. Sydney is a size 3 port. Not the greatest one. Melbourne's definitely the main prize here. Though it might be worthwhile to actually patrol the coastline. Oh no, Sydney, there we go. Size 8. Okay, so it's worthwhile to patrol outside Sydney. There we go. Remain on station. Sorry, I-169. Fully armed, fully fueled. She does have some damage to her engines. But that's rather small amounts of damage there. So we'll have her sent back out. She's going to actually head over to Hawaii. We do need to actually increase the amount of submarines in this area. Possibly. We'll think about that one again. As to where she can go. I think we're definitely lacking submarines with search planes. But, So there, no name. How you doing, my man? Yeah, I'd like to step up the amount of submarines in this area. For the time being, at least. I-175 is good. To be fair, though, let's take a look. Actually, no, I'm going to reconsider that. What I'm going to do here, then, is the RO-60s are going to head around to the Torres Strait. The, what model is this? This is a KD-6A class. Yeah, they're going to head to Sydney and towards Melbourne. The extra range will be worthwhile. The thing to consider here as well, if we do actually damage anything between Pearl Harbor and Australia, where would it head? Yeah, we are still in a matter of speaking, really. We did lose sight of them over this way. Now, we lack any sort of reconnaissance here, so yeah, we don't know. So what we'll do then is we'll return to our actual patrol patterns for the time being. More so in this area. And the north more. Okay. I mean, the thing is, do I keep submarines out here to continue the search? But unless she's been spotted, it's not likely to happen again without search planes. Though I may patrol further out this way, just in case. I believe she was eastward bound. Patrol around here. Now, this submarine, of course, I-5, has some exceptional range, so she's going to head to the American coastline. We do need to keep up a steady stream of reinforcements over this way. Basically, we need our submarines to replenish, but we also need to have one on station, really. I do have another AMC here. She's not far from the end of her journey. It may be worthwhile having her head south, to be honest. Possibly down this way, but this is going to be a very, very active area. So perhaps, yeah, the north instead. What we'll do then, have her patrol around about here. Possibly a little bit further away. It's hard to say, really. Give her a low threat tolerance. I don't want her being intercepted. She lacks search planes as well, so she's not going to be doing too much in the way of actual spotting. You're currently heading north. Yeah. Okay. Now if we take a look at the forces at Canton. Seems we're still loading our supplies. Your loading has been completed. Okay, you're still heading home. As are you. Yep, okay. How many men can we expect on Tarawa? That's what intrigues me. $183 men there, plus the 173 guns. Okay. We are running quite low on supply here. This obviously does need additional. Basically, the cargo ships have drained that. Loading all of them. I do have the Ondo here. Right, I want her to head into the actual port here, then disband. Yeah, obviously they can't make it. I'll just dock them. That's a very valuable ship there. Her endurance is very low. Supply here isn't great either. We do definitely need that additional supply. I would have her fill up on supply, but yeah, we really don't have terribly much. Now then. We're going to watch this area. Fatigue's actually quite low, so we'll drop most of the squadron. Actually, you have about 80-20. We are using torpedoes here. Okay. Yeah, it's not so easy. It's like it's doable once you actually know what you're doing with it, but yeah, it's one of those where you wish it was a little bit easy to actually organize. Okay, so we're gonna have our patrol flights this way. Actually, no. Naval search, yeah. Still have a G3s out this way. Hello there, Patrick Man. How are you doing? Hi, that's pretty cool, mate. Hello there, Baden. How you doing, my man? Right, so I can always head to naval attack here. There's only two of you. I don't know, man. It's just something like I really do enjoy it. I absolutely love it, to be honest. It's a good thing because it's like it's pretty easily able to drive you insane. So they've only got 2 actual aircraft there. I'd be better off probably just putting them on search. Well, actually, no. I'd say I'd probably better off just having them training for the time being. If we found something, of course, I would tell them to obviously engage. But I'll tell them to just practice naval attack. There we go. Yeah, I'd say, I mean, that's like what, all of Asia, India, maybe, maybe a third of Russia. Mongolia's in there. Yeah. I mean, I could do the turn sooner, but I like talk a lot. Oh dear. The G4s are missing a pilot. Yes, they are, aren't they? There we go. Nicely spotted. Well, you might be happy, but it is on sale. This is the last day it is on sale, I do believe. Like, I'm not even kidding you. It's a good thing you actually mentioned that. I forgot about that. There's a sale on all the Grigsby games, like War Pacific, something like £20 at the moment. So yeah, you need to go ahead and act pretty quickly. I'm just going to check if the sale's still actually on. I hope it's on, because it's like, it'd be great if you guys could actually pick it up as well. Let's see. I could type it in, but I'm lazy. And to be honest, I should type in. Alright. Search. Yeah, there we go. So I do want you guys to actually realize that this game is on sale right now. It's down to $22.99. So if there's a point at which you are actually going to get War Pacific or any of your Admiral, well, basically any of the Grigsby games, then yeah, now would be the time. Absolutely would be the time now. Yeah, I know, it's really a great sale, I'm not gonna lie. I'll take a look at the other ones as well. Yep, War in the West is now $22.99. War in the East is $18.99, so even cheaper. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, honestly, it's one of the best sales I've seen as well. So yeah, there you go. From November 21st to January 13th. So you've not got much time. Do bear that in mind, guys. Definitely worth picking up right now. Okay. Good, you're given torpedo ordnance. Yep, and automatically replace that. Fortifications. We do have a little bit of fatigue, so tell them just obviously you like train. And rest, of course. We don't have a huge amount of supply here, so is it wise to begin fortification building? Maybe, maybe not, but we do have convoys in their way. Yeah, these guys are loaded. Very good. Okay. Take the Jingi. It's been on sale since last year. It's a really good job you joined the stream, man, isn't it? Okay, what we're going to do here then is actually have this head towards Tarawa to begin with. I got a paperclip and a piece of string. Will that be enough to buy it? You need 2 paperclips, boy, 2! And a half. Yeah, those beats have been worked quite hard there. I really like bloody long-range patrols here. Transports. What is their range? Their range at max is 25. That's actually huge range. That is phenomenal range. That's like practically out of this way. That's actually really quite nice. So we will be able to supply these islands via air transportation, to be honest. Okay, you're patrolling out that way. Well, good timing then, isn't it? Okay, what I'm going to tell this actual group to do here. I mean, frankly, don't have a terrible amount of time for that reconnaissance. I think I'm going to have them aim this way. Actually, you know what I can do? Yeah, I don't know why I didn't consider this before, to be honest. Okay, supply transport. I'd like you to actually supply Wake. I don't know why I didn't consider doing it beforehand. Yeah, carry some supplies out that way to Wake. That'd be nice. At least that'll be additional supply that we need. It's also a good experience for them, which is always good. There you go, supply Wake. Fantastic. Now, our actual H6s are gonna be aimed this far. To the north. Ah. Yes, what I'd like to do is actually cover this area. Wake actually has a fair amount of air capacity. Okay. What do we have here? So I do have my air flotilla. Over here I have 2 base forces actually. I believe the air headquarters gives them ample aviation support. Yep, okay. Over here on this island, we are lacking aviation support. We do have these fighters. We do have quite a few A5 M4 Claudes. How much more could we maintain here on the main island? Not terribly much more due to the size of the island. What I'm thinking here is we actually have these guys moved over. The aviation engineers. Yes, we'll do that. Put together a transport. True capacity. Not terribly large. But it should do. We'll do it in parts. Right, you also head here to Reconnaissance. Do not pick up actual cargo, so no troops. Pick up units. Oh god. Oh, there we go. So I could actually carry you. That base force is too large, but we'll carry the 7th. Which is fairly small, but still it's doable. There we go. Hello there, Cola. How you doing, my man? Right, so they're going to head out that way and pick them up. Now, what I'm going to tell them to do is... Let's see. They're set to pick up, so we'll just allow them to actually reach the island. So what we're going to do is we're going to have them reach and pick up those engineers, which are then going to be tasked to head towards Wake. Wake itself has, yeah, practically nothing, but we'll have supply flowed in. So what we're going to do then is, let's take a look at these H6Ks. I'm going to transfer them. We're going to transfer them over here to Wake. Nice one. Okay. So, from Wake Island. Yep, 6 of them are ready to go. At maximum range, we are just shy of actually being able to cover Midway. But this is good, actually. We definitely need this. If I had the capacity, I would send the other H6Ks, to be honest. But I don't think it would be the wisest move. But yes, what we're going to do now is actually patrol this area. Should have been doing this a long time ago, to be honest. We may actually pick up something. Right. I need them all out. That'll do. Okay, good. Right, so what we have here now then is we have our G3 search in here. We have the additional H6s searching this area down this way. I mean, the thing is, should we take Midway Island? It would be very good, obviously, to have those patrol planes based there. They don't have the range to actually cover Midway, but it would bring us closer. When your fighters get near Midway, you might want to send some fighters to scout ahead. Yep, that's true. What I'm thinking of doing, and what we've told the actual transports to do, is to have their float planes sent to reconnaissance the island of Midway. The good news is, now that we at least have these patrol planes here, is we do have something to actually aid in searching the area. I do think he has something out here. I definitely believe he does. Now, as to where it is, I'm not entirely sure. Really not sure. But, moving on from that, what we're going to do now is something that is going to be rather interesting. So currently we have the oilers over here. We currently have Akagi and Karga. Now, what I was thinking beforehand when I was discussing with community on the actual Discord is I actually thought Kitabutai was actually further away from... Well, sorry, I thought that Akagi and Karga were around about, like, well, I don't know, maybe like that far away, but in reality they're not far at all. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to tell Akagi and Karga to link back up with Kitabutai. The reason for this is the plan is going to be, we take Midway. Once Midway has fallen, the carriers will head down here towards Fiji. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Guam cover force, as well as the battleships, I do believe, or potentially other ships from the Akagi and Karga escort force, and to actually rendezvous with the Fiji invasion forces here. What we're trying to do is build up, obviously, for the invasion of Fiji, but we do need to have a second plan in place. So should the landings at Fiji fail or not actually be worth attempting or safe to attempt, we will instead change tack and head for Rabaul. But, yeah. There's a reasoned argument that it's never a good idea to split Kitabutai, and considering the distance between them, I'd agree that we can have them reunited again. So what we're going to do here... yes, we are. We're only about a couple days out from Midway. What we're going to do here, then, is change their destination. Meet Task Force. You will head over this way. Meet Task Force 1. Then, obviously, re-merge. Okay. What I'm going to do here... Yeah. And the thing is to consider as well is the fact that we are lacking in terms of zeros. We did get hurt quite badly. But what I'm going to do now then is actually take some forces from here. Now currently we do have Hiei and Kirishima with their AA capabilities. Their gun potential as well is actually quite impressive. But what we're going to do... I'm going to take Hiei and Kirishima. We don't really have a great escort force. But they're gonna head south. They're going to head down here to join the actual additional forces for the invasion. Now, the carriers, I'm going to tell them to make full speed. While you are on your way to join Kidabutai, the zeros will be set to 100% combat air patrol. Set them to about 6,000 feet. The zeros. Tell 10% of them to be out searching. Okay. You're gonna head here instead, actually. So we'd link up within about 2 days, give or take. In fact, slow that speed. Okay. $80-20 for the time being. Okay. So I would have them head full speed, both of them to merge together. But this is going to be a compromise. We have them head further to the south for the time being. Obviously still well within the range of the convoy. But we'll have them link back up. So that will bring us an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 destroyers there and an additional light cruiser. The battleships are close to the Marsh Islands, so they shouldn't be in much danger. Now, of course, that does mean that we do have... Right, actually, you're already on the way with some supply. That's very nice. Yes, okay. Now, we do have a tanker here as well, which is bringing in our first lot of fuel. Fantastic. The oilers, that's a question. Very, very viable. So there, Mia, how you doing, my friend? They're going to head towards Tokyo. We do have 2 oilers in this area, which is good news. But if we take a look then, so the actual Tarawa invasion has no actual warships itself. The Fiji invasion force, so Fiji landings, sees only Kishima. I do have 2 destroyers down here on patrol boat, 2 cruiser mine layers, and then 2 transports. The meat is going to come from Hiei and Kirishima, as well as the Guam cover force. So that will be 4 heavy cruisers and an additional 4 destroyers. These are vital, absolutely bloody vital, to ensure success. I need their guns. I need their AA capabilities, I need their torpedoes. But yes, We're aware that he has at least two light cruisers there. That's what we're aware of at the moment. So, we need the actual firepower to not only defeat him, but to defeat him completely, to utterly annihilate him before he's able to actually cause issues. I don't want him to actually enter into range. We do have a lot of AMCs here, that's rather impressive. Ah, we have Nagato and Mutsu. I completely forgot they were here. I'm not gonna lie, this is something I actually did forget about. Well, isn't that handy? I knew I'd send some battleships out, I just completely forgot about them, hadn't I? I think we all forgot about them. Well, isn't that handy that we have an additional 2 battleships in the area, as well as an additional 2 destroyers that I just completely didn't count on? Bloody handy, some would say. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very happy about that. Okay, what we're going to do here as well is, let's take a look. What is your capacity for aircraft? Fair. Let's see. Issue is it would deprive truck of actual float planes, but considering we don't really have much here anyway. I do have AVs here. No, they need to remain. But I'm very happy that we have some additional. Yes, of course, we do have our submarines that we do need to send out as well. The Coral Sea Patrol. Awesome. Right then, let's get on with this. Yeah. Well, the idea here is we are putting together a force to take Fiji, as well as to then take Rabaul. We need to have these operations basically to happen within a short time frame, to be honest. I mean, there's some argument to keep Hiei and Kadeshima with Akagi and Kaga. And I'm going to have to think about that one, actually. I might do that, but I'll think about it. I wasn't actually anticipating Nagato and Mutsu to be here, to be honest. Okay. What do you guys think, then? Should we keep... Because Nagato and Mutsu, let's take a look. What class are they? The Nagato class. Okay, so that armor is 270, 150, 365, durability 156. They have a good armament. AA potential is 424. Speed is 25. Okay, what we're going to do then is... yeah, you'll remain with the carriers. Your speed is actually really quite nice, I'm not gonna lie. 30 knots for a battleship is actually respectable, and having those float planes as well as bloody additional AA guns is actually really quite worthwhile. Yeah. We'll do that. Have you run night ops? Okay, that's worked out really nice then. So we will have to wait for the Guam cover force to arrive. That isn't going to take too terribly long. So, Nagato. There we go. Now these AMCs are quite a bit slower. I may have them sent out elsewhere. They can function quite well as actual troop transports, to be honest. Yes, but not quite yet. This will do quite nicely. And will do very, very bloody nicely. That is actually quite a respectable force, and it's actually a force that could definitely hold, really, unless we see great numbers of aircraft. Okay, so they're going to head down to the island here. They're going to actually meet with the other forces. See, I do have the 8th Tanker Regiment. I need to figure out how to rebuild these divisions. So we have the... yeah, this is a division I need to actually send back to Takao, to be honest. Regiment, sorry. I wonder. Jesus. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. You take a look at the actual capacity of the AMCs, and they're actually really respectable. They're actually very, very handy troop transports in a pinch. Very good. Okay. What we're going to do then is we are going to take the 146th Infantry Regiment. Now, obviously that will leave us with only the 2nd independent SLLF. But considering we have these engineers, we have artillery, we have armour, and of course we do have fortifications on the island, I don't expect to be seeing any amphibious landings here. Turn on low troops only. Seems we actually do need additional. Can we actually get anything here? So let's see, add a ship. Okay, stop loading the unit for the time being. Right. We do have a troop transport, actually. That's actually more than enough. I'm going to take... I'm going to take Yokozuki and the patrol boat Koshimaru 3. They're going to be the the actual escort, sorry. Okay, begin to load the 146. Load troops only, verified load. Damn, I did not actually mean to add that. To be honest, they'd all fit on board here. Though what I'll do is actually add in, yeah, the 2 AMCs as well. So we'll have a 3-ship convoy. The reason I'm doing this is basically so the losses that we might take should one of these ships be destroyed be lessened. There's also that safety in numbers, really, isn't there? Okay. Whoops. Go. Right, let's give you that destination. You've got a fair distance to travel, but once they do arrive, we'll actually be able to reform the... Let's take a look. Yeah, they're part of the 56th Division, was it? We're just not able to see it at the moment now. But that's good, but once we actually have them there at Takao, we'll reform that division, which will obviously make that formation a hell of a lot more powerful. Very nice. We're heading now currently at full speed. We need to reduce that to mission speed. Fair number of float planes too. Let's take a look at Rear Admiral Goto. He's not the best, so what we're going to do is actually take the opportunity to replace him now. Wow, Tanaka. Very good, very good. Really exceptional Admiral. Wow. He's incredibly aggressive. He's actually an unparalleled commander there, in terms of naval capability. We don't have need for such a great admiral, so we'll take Hirata. The reason for this is, I'd rather, Tanaka be available when we really need a surface engagement, rather than just having a better commander. He'll have his use in the future. Okay. Yep, so we have an additional light cruiser here, Katori, as well as these 2 patrol boats. Nothing great really, is it? Quite slow. Very, very slow. It's how to use her, really. She could be sent to escort the actual landing ships, to be honest. So we'll do that. Okay. So to be honest, we're actually putting together a decent-sized little task force for the invasion there. And then, of course, within time, we'll have the carriers to come down and assist. Yeah, so it's going to be basically Midway, down and around, and towards the Dutch East Indies. Okay. So currently, Zuiho is carrying 26 zeros. We have 41 aboard here. Sorry, no, 46 aboard here with 2 in reserve. Yes, 27 here. What we're going to do... Now, we did actually discuss this on the Discord, and it is a good point. We are going to actually stop bombing campaigns here for the time being. I think the best way we can do this is actually have our... let's say the 54th Sentai. Have them sent to perhaps, say, Shanghai. We could have them upgraded to our first KI-43 squadron, the 1C. 3/4 way. Something like that. We do need KI-43s. We were considering sending zeros into China, but I think we should concentrate them in in Malaya, to be honest. We'll do that then. I think that's probably for the best. But what we'll do then in the meantime is, unless we have our bombers moved to the south where they could operate down this way, I don't think it's worth flying as of yet. It will not make a huge difference to our operations, but we can't really afford losses. And I can't really fly without better fighters, to be honest. Our maximum range is 8, sure, but it's not amazing. Okay. I don't believe we can actually upgrade the aircraft here, considering we don't have enough support. Well, supply, sorry. So what we're going to do then is have them... let's just double check, actually, just in case. Yes, I can't... actually, no, I could upgrade now. But it's not the best way... not the best place I should do it, is it? So we'll have them sent to... yeah, have them sent over here to Shanghai. Okay. Give them the actual drop tanks. There we go, Shanghai. Right. take a look at the actual squadron. Pilots aren't bad. They've been lacking really in experience. No upgrade possible. It may be because they've actually transferred. I think that would be why. We'll see about that next turn. Though that might be a move we regret. I don't think it's worthwhile to actually have them upgrade over here in Hankow due to the actual proximity to danger. They should be fine once they're in Shanghai for a day. Considering they've just moved, I don't think they'll be able to actually upgrade. Or it may be due to the fact that we have our squadron mixed up. Just ban this group here. Right now it allows them to upgrade. Fantastic. Yep. So the 54th Sentai will be the first squadron upgraded to the Ki-43 1C platform. Upgrade now. And here we are. The 54th Sentai is flying the Ki-43 1C Oscar. Very good. Yeah, look at that maneuverability down here at 50,000 feet. That's incredibly good. So she's using 12.7mm Ho 103 machine guns. Superb. Very good. How are the actual planes? Okay, so it's going to take a week for them to come online in their entirety. Which is fine, actually. Right, rest. What is their maximum range, actually? Ah, 12. Okay. What do we have here, then? Air's pretty good. Leadership's pretty good. Yeah, he's actually a fair commander. Right, brilliant. That's what I like to see. So that has used all of our Ki-43s that have been built thus far. But the 54th Sentai is the first squadron to actually have the new aircraft and the first Ki-43 1Cs in the Empire overall. So this is going to be quite good, actually. Okay, superb. Once they're ready, within a week, we'll actually have them controlling the skies of China. But we will actually redefine our operations in China itself. What we're going to do then is, bombing operations are to stop. Like, currently you're targeting Ichang, but we're going to tell them to stop here. Everybody's going to be on holiday for some time. The reconnaissance will continue, but bombers will stop. At least within a certain range. Now, these are of course the bombs that took the damage. Where could I have them sent? Yeah, basically within Manchuria. What we're going to tell them to do is actually train them. For the best. We'll go for the airfield attack. There we go. Reconnaissance over Chengchao. We're not going to lose any more than we did. Right, you're traveling to Yichang. We do have a bit of fatigue, but we are going to increase the amount actually traveling. Right, stockpile the actual supplies here. So we are at level 2 fortifications here. 7% into the way of building level 3. Unless he actually sets up a combat air patrol in this area, he won't be able to do too much to stop those supplies coming in. But for the most part, yeah, air operations will stop. We did see air activity over this way, so yes, that will stop as well. Yeah, see, we lack those. One day it'd be amazing. Look at those bad boys. These will be the planes we'll end up within possibly a year to 2 years. 2 years probably. The Ki-84s. Within the next few months we'll be running Ki-44s, the Tojos. As well as obviously the Ki-43s. And then eventually we'll see the Ki-43 2As. Well, just the 2 models in general, sorry. Jets would be amazing. And just like take a look at their maneuverability. They're not very maneuverable, but their speed is insane. Their armament is amazing. Honestly, would wreak havoc. That would be amazing. But for now, yeah, nothing to do. You're training. Okay. Where's the rest of your squadron? Oh, that is it. Okay. Changed into 30 November 42. Just run training. Cancel the ground attack. Reconnaissance will continue. Basically what we're going to do here. In some ways, well, we're going to deny him any quarry, for the most part. Once we have our Ka-43s ready to go, then yes, we can resume the bombing operations. Ideally, by that time, we'll have additional Ka-43s as well, ideally a full squadron ready. But what we're going to do in the meantime, then, is basically, we won't be flying our bombers. But we'll give them some time to obviously rest and recover, and also to try and improve that experience without being targeted. What may happen due to the fact of lack of activity over China is he may reconsider having his fighters deployed there. Because if they're not hunting and destroying anything here in China, while they're in China, that means they're not hunting and destroying anything elsewhere. So it's going to be a waste of his resources. Which is fine by me. Okay, we'll just do it this way. Yep, fantastic. That's what we like to see. He'll gain nothing today. 8% time. Yeah, they've taken quite heavy losses. Tell them to stand down. Okay. So the 104th has not yet arrived. I think what I'm going to do here... Tell these men to unpack. Yes. Tell them to unpack. What we're going to do then is, depending on how the situation goes over here, we do have the 104th, we also do have the 38th. There's also the 66th Regiment. I do have engineers here as well. We know there's about 8,100 Chinese coming. Ideally, we can reach this position before they do. Now, they're traveling in currently... I'm going to assume... clear terrain, actually, but they are going across a river. Now, we're traveling across clear terrain. We should have the better road here. Tadayoshi. We'll see. The issue is if I reinforce, we may have to go across the river. We'll have to see how things turn out. I think that detachment of that division would obviously be enough, considering that we could obviously give them support as well from the air. Okay. So that would be the operations there for the time being. Now you're currently targeted over Hawaiian. He didn't have any air operations in this area, so I think we're safe to operate there. Though, we will not. And the same reasoning again. Torpedo bombers out here is just, yeah. I need them elsewhere, don't I? Changing to 18 December 1944. Fucking hell. Some time away then, isn't it? I can have you upgrade to the B5 and 2s. Just look at the number of B5, sorry, B4Y1s that we have. That's huge. Okay, but your purpose will be served in training, really. There we go. Using torpedoes. 54th Sentai Detachment A. I don't believe they're actually part of the same squadron, so I don't think I could actually combine them. Especially now, considering that they're a different model of aircraft. So what we'll do then is obviously stop the combat air patrol. And there we go. Right, and with that, all we'll have flying in China is going to be reconnaissance planes, which aren't as likely to be intercepted unless it's patrolling in that area. The Zeros. That's another one. Another question. See, I do have the MC-21 Sallies. I also do have the K-44s, right? I'm going to have these 44s brought down this way. Indeed. So they're currently attached to 3rd Air Division, but I'm going to have them fly to Saigon. Currently can't reach it. Drop tanks are unavailable. Wow, their range is really not that much, is it? Genuinely expected more. I'll have them fly to Hong Kong then for the time being. Have them trained for sweeping. Now, what would be the range? Shanghai to Chang is 13, which is a shame. So what we'll do then is we'll fly from Nanking, perhaps. Should we have that range? Which we do. Okay, so from Nanking you are going to fly to Ichang with supplies. There we go. Do you have Claude here? Right, these were from obviously the carriers. So Zuiho. We're going to tell them just to train for the time being. Lovely. Might have been worthwhile to have some supplies flown in here, to be honest. Right, our destroyer minesweepers have just reached the outskirts of Hong Kong. Very good. So they'll begin to actually start to clear the mines there from Hong Kong. Should be quite nice. We may end up losing some of them to the actual mines, but once the mines are cleared, we'll be good to go. We'll also be safe to go as well, which is actually quite a, well, big fundamental issue there. About actual safety. We definitely need it. Okay. They've made it through. There's a good amount of force here. We also do have 2 task forces loaded up. Yes, you're carrying SLF and you're also carrying aviation engineers. Ah, there we go, the San Fernando Air Force Base. Rightio. I'm going to give them... You're currently in Task Force 194, which is Task Force 194. Task Force 972. Right. You will actually be the escort. So Task Force 72 will escort Task Force 172. There we go. Now, patrol boats. I do have one here with 6,000. Take you. We do have a couple torpedo boats, which we'll take with us. There we go. Low threat threshold. Now head for San Fernando. I will tell them to head at full speed. Then again. Diamonds is allowed once you obviously reach your destination and finish your task. I'm going to give them their first waypoint as over this way. Their second over this way. Their third over this way. What I want them to do is approach in this angle here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll circumvent the submarine threat by going around it for the most part. But this will be quite good once we actually do have our aviation engineers at San Fernando. I can actually start to use that Air Force base. I'm considering potentially sweeping here. Potentially here. Now, it's a good thing that we actually did capture the base here. Well, it's actually been flipped to our control, I should say. Because it will allow me to actually move move units over there right into the port rather than having to do it amphibiously. We do have an enemy task force there, which is intriguing. I'm loading the Mayura detachment. They're part of the 33rd. So they're heading... Right, okay, yep, they need to head over here. 194. There we go. Once they actually arrive, we will be able to reform the 16th Division, which is going to be amazing. Have they loaded? Loaded has been completed. Loading has been completed. Thing is, I lack escorts now. Yeah, possibly so. We're aware of ships here as well, though. Range is 13. You're heading west. Right, we have 144th here. We need you elsewhere. We're going to have this force sent down to... well, I'd say truck. There we go. What I'm going to do is actually tell my H6K4, sorry. Right, now they're set to naval attack. I want them to attack this area. There we go. Shame you can't use torpedoes. Right, that's what I want. I don't know what they are, but I would like to actually hit them. I think what I'd like to do is actually try and control the upper sea, to be honest. Right. I do have some additional ships in Cambran Bay. Which is good news, actually. I do need additional escorts here. I would like to give more to the actual task force Vanguard. But at the end of the day, the carriers are, well, the bread and fucking butter, aren't they? Where are my auxiliary tenders? I know I have some somewhere. Lacking supply in Bangkok. We are going to expand the port at Cam Bay as well. That would be nice. So currently we have a good number of patrol boats out here. Your speed's low. You're to link up here. Right, 2-2. Though, obviously you're not carrying mines. Endurance is only, well yeah, speed's only 14, which is not very good, is it? I want them to meet with that task force there, just to give them some extra security. Right, so we have 25 ships then as part of the Singapore Express for the time being. Where's it set out? It's a strong force. Strong force. I do have the seaplane carrier over here at Chiyoda. Now, I do wonder, I do have a great number of pizza. Could I don't know if I could operate Zeros from here. I don't imagine I could operate carrier fighters, because at the end of the day it's like a seaplane carrier. I think they'd be catapult launched more than anything. What I'm going to do then is divide this unit. Have two of them run night operations, which will be A and B detachment. There we go. Now then. What's the range? $12 hexes. So what, like 480 miles then, basically? Okay. What we're going to do here then is I'm going to transfer the squadron to Sok Trang just to see if they're actually available. Right, they can run their torpedoes from here. Great news. How does the airfield look? Actually, well, that's at Cam Bay. Actually, very nice. These A5s are shite. Hmm. Okay. You're going to run escort. Transfer them. Yep, still good. Right, does take us over somewhat the aviation support capacity. Here. Right, we are lacking pilots. Where is my actual aviation support look like? Yeah, definitely passable. Range is not much further. You'll transfer to the base here. Okay. So now we have what... Well, there's practically 50 bombers there. So let's say in the region about 70 to 75 naval bombers now in the area. Not all of them are ready, of course. But what we're going to do is actually strike down here. We need to eliminate these actual warships in the open. We need to really drive home the message that he can't operate in these waters. So Levelinson, how you doing, my dude? Well, what we've done so far, then, just to give a quick summary, is we've grounded our aircraft in China for the most part. We have our very first Ki-40-31C Oscar squadron, the 54th Sentai. 25 of them. They will be ready and complete in about 5 days, which will be very nice. Besides that, we have... Well, we did initially detach the 2 battleships here, but basically Akagi and Kaga are to head out and recombine with Kitabutai. I didn't realize they were so close. But in its stead, we have from Truk, we have the Guam cover force, which has been newly reinforced by the battleships Nagato and Mutsu, which have been here at Truk, and I forgot about. But yes, they've been reinforced there. And then... From Truk, they'll head down to the island over here, where they will then meet up with the additional forces as we gather them. What we're doing here is basically gathering our men. The men from Canton will be dispatched to the north as well, once we have gathered all the supplies. There we go. Manaponi, if you've aircraft stood down, have them on training rather than rest. Yep, they're on training. So what will you do with the Chinese planes? Yeah, they're currently on they're currently training at the moment. What I've got flying, I've only got reconnaissance aircraft flying in China at the moment. The rest of them are stood down for training. We'll wait while we have our aircraft actually ready. Barring that, we've reset the patrol patterns over here. We have a number of, well, we have the RO-60 submarines heading down this way. We do have a number of longer range submarines headed down here. I still have some additional submarines to actually give orders to. Over here we have set up patrol patterns to be like so. Ideally intercept. Split the 2 slow battleships off the cover force into a separate task force that's slower than the CS will limit their effectiveness in combat. Yeah, we can do that and have them trail behind. Potentially. Oh, that Oscar squadron. I've not actually taken a look at this thing. Right. Would they actually be able to train then while the aircraft are unready? I mean, sure, why not? Have them ready for sweep then. Bugger it, if they can do it, they can do it. We have 30 pilots in here as well, which is quite nice. Okay. Yeah, over here. We do have 1 submarine, let's see. You're heading that way. Ah, there we go. I-3. I-1. You can even train with no aircraft. Fair enough. Okay, what we're gonna do then? That's pretty amusing, actually. I suppose it must be like classroom taught. I suppose what we'll do here then is grab you. Is it you? Right, there you are. We'll change that patrol pattern then. You want to continue? I'm going to have them head out as well. Yeah, I don't believe that much will come from this south. To be fair though, I haven't finished setting up all these patterns, so we can definitely enforce it. Really what I anticipated mostly is ships heading out towards Midway at the moment. Of course, you will have the vast majority coming from this direction. We do have a lighter escort here. What I wanted to really prevent is obviously supplies coming in. But, I mean, if you feel that we should have more on the other side of the island, we can definitely do that. There we go. Of course, we do have submarines off the American coast. We have currently 2 here. You're on your way in. Possibly so. We also have an AMC here. I do have additional submarines that I am considering sending somewhere. Let's see. If you want super good hunting zones for Hawaii subs, figure out where the San Francisco to Hawaii pass runs. That would be quite nice, actually. To be fair, we could actually try and attempt that. Let's see then. So if we were to run from San Francisco... Ah. Okay. Well, that makes things easier. What I'm going to do is actually have that... let's see. I know. Yeah. Right, there we go, that's what I want. Right, this is just so I can see in the actual map mode, to be honest. Actually. No, that's how we need it. Right, there we go, so that actually will show us here. So yeah, we can actually patrol this area then. Okay, then you. How you doing there, Marsla? Yeah, this would be a hell of a lot more effective, actually. To be honest, though, it doesn't seem like a bad choice. I mean, considering the fact that, yes, should he send things directly from San Francisco, they will obviously automatically choose this path anyway. It's only really when he comes closer that he might think to actually divert it further. So I think this could actually work quite well. I like it. I do like it. Okay, we can further refine that as well. So we'll actually have... Very nice. Almost the entire length of the way we could have submarines. I'm spreading out their sub-patrol patterns to be somewhere out quite wide too. There we go. Okay, just like that. What we could also do then, let's say we're heading from San Diego. I'm doing pretty good, actually. Been to the gym today, which is quite nice. Besides that, Jesus Christ, I didn't even realise it was 11:15. Wow, okay. I've been watching a new TV show series, actually. I've been watching The Last Kingdom, which is actually, it's fairly alright. Fairly good. I do like the actual time setting. I like the fact that it's set in, well, obviously, Britain during the Danelaw, and obviously with Wessex. Basically Anglo-Saxon times, which is quite fun. It's really interesting how they approach, like, Alfred of Wessex, Alfred the Great. He's really quite cool, I like him. Very good character. I can follow the same principles for all bases in my experience. San Francisco and LA tend to be the two winners, as most players send Panama to San Francisco. Okay. Well, we'll do that from Panama then. Sorry, from LA. I know, right? Okay. So we can see this one would obviously be a different sort of course. So this is where we also need to patrol then. That's good to know. Very nice. Right. We'll have you patrol that pattern. Oh, I know that. I'm not going to have them obviously travel all the way from, like, LA to Pearl Harbor. What I'm thinking, it's just basically so I can actually see for the time being. Oh, I see. Okay, that's actually quite understandable. Right, I see what you're talking about. Okay, that's good. I'll wait for that to clear up a little bit more first before I actually do more. Yeah, what I'd like to do is actually have the submarine tenders actually head to Midway, to be honest. But what we're going to do in the meantime is, as I speak, we do have, let's see. Yes. So we do have a destroyer escorting the Jingay, whatever, submarine tender. She's going to head to Tarawa to begin with. And then she'll make her way down towards this area. But basically, I just want her in this area to obviously rearm the submarines for the most part. I want her obviously to move south. Though, I'd consider having her move elsewhere. So then, Justin, how you doing, my man? And what I've also done is, I've told my... we do have a supply ship on its way to actually take supply to Wake. But I've told the actual transports over here at the Marshall Islands to actually resupply Wake via the air. But I have rebased my H6Ks over here, at least a squadron of them, to cover this area over here where our carriers are operating and obviously where the Midway invasion will be taking place. Obviously just to look for anything here. Now, I think we'll have one more stream. I didn't realise what the actual time was, to be honest. I have got to be up fairly early in the morning, unfortunately. So what we'll do then is we'll call it here for the time being. I do hope you guys have thoroughly enjoyed this, as I have, as always. And for those of you who joined us late, Major Blinton, few of you. I see you, Justin Marcella. Joining late. Indeed. So, for those of you, please do catch up with the stream, and we'll be able to discuss more tomorrow, or when we get the next opportunity to record. Of course, you can go ahead and join the Discord, and for those of you who are enjoying this, do remember there's a sale on Matrix Games that does end tomorrow, and War in the Pacific is down to a really great price. So until next time, thank you so very much for watching, and if you'd like to go ahead and support the channel, you can do so in multiple ways, such as Patreon, PayPal, or just good old Super Chats. Until next time, thank you so very much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the future. Tenno, Haika, Banzai!